What's up guys and girls, Brian Tong here, and we recently found out that Apple has officially announced that the HomePod is coming out on February the 9th. So what this really is everything that you need to know, things that we've learned before the actual pre-order, and that's gonna take place on January the 26th. It'll be available in the US, the UK, and Australia, and they haven't officially given the time, but we can presume that it'll start at 12 midnight East Coast time. That would be 9 o'clock p.m. West Coast time. The price, obviously, $349, but if you're talking about other countries, in UK, it's going to be £319, and then in Australia, that's going to be $499 for them. France and Germany, it'll be available later this spring, but countries like Canada and others, Apple has not given an official time frame of when it'll be available for them. Now, we also got to see in their press release, we learned some new details that we haven't heard before about the HomePod specifically. Now, the first thing to know about, it will not support multi-users. This is something that is common on the Amazon Echo or the Google Home. They made no mention if we'll ever see it. And the other thing, multi-room support. This is really important because Apple talks about how you can buy 2 of them and use them as stereo speakers. That's coming out in a software update later this year. Again, they didn't even narrow down the time frame. And even if you wanted to buy multiple HomePods, put one in one room and one in the other and play different songs from them, that is coming again sometime later this year with a software update. Another thing we learned here, Apple Care for the HomePod, it'll cost $39. Now that gives you 2 years of warranty instead of its original one. That also includes telephone support. But let's say you're super clumsy and you knock into the HomePod and it falls over and breaks. If you bring it into a store, you'll need to pay an additional $39 to get it repaired. That's called like incidental or accidental damage. You can do that twice. So you buy $39 for Apple Care, and then you have 2 incidences that you will pay an additional $39 to cover it. We've seen similar plans, right, with Apple TV or the iPhone. You do have to pay in order to get it serviced, but it won't cost like the entire price of the actual HomePod. So let's just break down what it can do right now. First of all, it can send messages, you can set reminders, and it also listens to podcasts. You'll also get Siri News, which is kind of like the latest update. Also, Siri integration, this is going to happen via its 6 microphone array, and also HomeKit compatibility. We know it's going to be able to work with the Apple Music subscription, but they have not said anything about third-party services. It's powered by the A8 processor. This is the same processor in the iPhone 6. It has this spatial awareness. This is the feature that they really want to tout. And finally, it'll come in 2 colors, white and space gray. This is important because I know you like to match your decor, so we're going to talk about it. Now, the other big question is, will the HomePod get better over time? Absolutely it will. It just needs some software updates really to get it up to speed with what else is out there. But remember, Apple has always positioned this as a smart speaker that has superior sound compared to the competition. I think out of the box, it most likely is going to versus the Google Home and the Amazon Echo. Now, how it stacks up against the Google Home Max, which is at $399, that remains to be seen. But Apple has positioned this as a speaker with premium sound. That is one advantage that it has out of the gates. But then let's talk about like the other competition. That's really only the main differentiating feature that makes it better than anything else that's out there. We know, come on, Siri, still inferior to the Amazon Echo and still inferior to the Google Assistant. We also know that it falls behind when it comes to smart home device compatibility. And thirdly, it has no app or third-party skill support. This is a big deal in the Amazon Echo world. Trust me, if you've experienced that, you're definitely going to use something like that. So when you really stack up all like the main things that make these speakers important, Apple is coming late to the party. They're behind, but I think this is really the first time like out of the gates that we've really truly seen that Apple is not only coming late to the party, but they're not really bringing anything special by being a latecomer, and we're just going to have to wait over time to see how they evolve this product. Now, let's be real, will it sell? Of course it's going to sell. We know, why are you watching this video if you aren't going to buy this thing? But also, I don't expect Apple to release its actual sales numbers. They haven't done it again with the Apple Watch, with the Apple TV. It's not going to sell large enough numbers where they can feel comfortable enough bragging about it after this holiday season when everyone went out in droves. We're talking about the tens of millions to buy Amazon Echo pieces or Google Home pieces. So it'll sell, but there's no way out of the gates it's going to go bonkers, especially at its $349 price point. Of course, I'm going to buy this because I've got to review it fairly. We're going to see how it stacks up to the competition. But there you have it, just kind of another Apple Byte, Apple Bits, and we'll see what happens. Peace.